A pleasant day, learners! Before we are going to start with our discussion, bring with you your compendium, notebook, and pen. Thank you, learners! Our topic for today is about the laws of radicals. So last meeting, we have determined and illustrate radicals. So before we start, let's have first a short review about radicals. Last meeting, we have determined and illustrate radicals. So before we start, let's have first a short review about radicals. A radical expression is a numerical expression or an algebraic expression that include a radical, the radical sign, radicand, exponent of the radicand, and the index, which determine the nth root. So here's an example of radical expression. We have cube root of 8, square root of 25, the fourth root of 50x raised to the power of 5 and y raised to the power of 4, and the square root of 49 over 4, and lastly we have the fifth root of 3m over a plus b. So those are example of radical expression. Now let us start. Here we are the 6 laws of radicals and derivation of some example. The first law is the nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a, when a is not equal to 0 and n should be always greater than 1. The nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a. The quantity a raised to n raised to the 1 over n, that is equal to a, and by the use of laws of exponent, we will multiply the exponents, wherein it will be a raised to n over n is equal to a, and n over n, that is equal to 1. Therefore, a raised to 1 is equal to a, and a, it is equal to a. Here is an illustrative example. Letter A, the square root of 2 squared, so that is equal to 2. Letter B, the cube root of 2 cubed, also that is equal to 2. Letter C, the fourth root of 6 raised to the power of 4, and that is equal to 6. And the D, letter D, the fifth root of 6 raised to 5, still that is equal to 6. There you go. The second rule is the nth root of a raised to the power of a, that is equal to the absolute value of a. So when a is less than 0 and n is even. So derivation, the nth root of negative a raised to the power of a, that is equal to the absolute value of a. And then negative a raised to the power of n raised to 1 over n is equal to the absolute value of a. And negative a raised to the power of n over n is equal to absolute value of a. And the absolute value of negative a, that is equal to a. Therefore, a is equal to a. And here's the illustrative example of the second rule, wherein a, the square root of the quantity of negative 2 squared, and that is equal to 2. Letter B, which is the fourth root of the quantity of negative 2 raised to the power of 4, and that is also 2. Letter C, which is the sixth root of the quantity of negative 3 raised to the power of 6, and that is 3. And letter D, the 10th root of the quantity of negative 4 raised to the power of 10, and that is also 4. Let us now proceed to the third law, which stated that the quantity of nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a. So let us derive if that is true. We have here the nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a. We have here the quantity of nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a. So a raised to n raised to 1 over n, that is equal to a, and a raised to n over n is equal to a, and n over n, that is 1. Therefore a raised to 1, that is equal to a, and a raised to 1 is a, is equal to a. So here's an illustrative example wherein the letter A, the quantity of cube root of 3 raised to the power of 3, that is equal to 3. Letter B, the quantity of the fifth root of the quantity of negative 3 raised to the power of 5, and that is equal to negative 3. And letter C, which is the 7th root of negative 2, raised to the power of 7, that is equal to negative 2. The next law is the nth root of AB is equal to the nth root of A multiplied by the nth root of B. So let's derive it. We have here the nth root of AB is equal to the nth root of A times the nth root of B, and the quantity of AB raised to the power of 1 over n, that's equal to the nth root of A times the nth root of B. Then let's distribute the 1 over n into A and B. So let us have A raised to the power of 1 over n times B raised to the power of 1 over n. That is equal to the nth root of A times the nth root of B. Therefore, the nth root of A times the nth root of B, that is equal to the nth root of A times the nth root of B. And here's an illustrative example. We have here letter A, the cube root of 8y. So the cube root of 8y, that's equal to the cube root of 8 times the cube root of y. And we can simplify the cube root of 8 by 2 times the cube root of y. Therefore, the cube root of 8y, that's equal to 2 cube root of y. Letter B, the square root of 25x. So that is equal to the square root of 25 times the square root of x. And we can still simplify the square root of 25, that is equal to 5. Therefore, the square root of 25x is equal to 5 square root of x. And letter C, the fourth root of 16, a raised to the power of 4. So it is equal to the fourth root of 16 times the fourth root of a raised to the power of 4. And we can simplify that by 2a. Therefore, the fourth root of 16 a raised to the power of 4, that is equal to 2a. Then, the fifth rule, which stands for the nth root of a over b, that is equal to the nth root of a over the nth root of b. So derivation, we have here the nth root of a over b, that is equal to the nth root of a over nth root of b. Then, we can have the quantity of a over b raised to the power of 1 over n, that is equal to the nth root of a over nth root of b. And let's distribute 1 over n to the numerator and denominator. We will have a raised to the power of 1 over n over b raised to the power of 1 over n. That is equal to the nth root of a over nth root of b. Thus, we can have the nth root of a over the nth root of b is equal to the nth root of a over nth root of b. So here is an illustrative example of the said law. We have letter A, the square root of 4 over 25, that is equal to the square root of 4 over square root of 25. And we can simplify square root of 4, that is 2, and we can still simplify square root of 25, that is 5. Therefore, the final answer is 2 over 5. And letter B, we have here the cube root of 3 over 8, and that is equal to the cube root of 3 over cube root of 8. And we can still simplify cube root of 8, which is 2. Therefore, the answer is cube root of 3 over 2. And letter C, we have here the fourth root of x raised to the power of 4 over 16. So that is equal to the fourth root of x raised to the power of 4 over the fourth root of 16. And we can simplify that as x over 2. The next law is the nth root of a, that is equal to mn root of a. So here is the derivation. We have here the nth root of a, that is equal to mn root of a, wherein the nth root of a quantity raised to the power of 1 over m, that is equal to mn root of a. And then a raised to the power of 1 over n quantity raised to the power of 1 over m is equal to mn root of a. Therefore, a raised to the power of 1 over mn, that is equal to mn root of a, and we can say that mn root of a, that is equal to mn root of a. So here is an illustrative example. We have here the cube root of square root of 5. So we will multiply the roots, which is 3 times 2, which is equal to the 6th root of 5. And letter B, the square root of 4th root of 3. So multiply 2 and 4, that is equal to 8th root of 3. Then letter C, the square root of cube root of 64, that is equal to that 2 times 3 root of 64, which is equal to 6th root of 64. And we can still simplify that, and the final answer is 2. Before we end our discussion, let us have first our recap in our topic. We have number 1, the nth root of a raised to n, that is equal to a, when a is not equal to 0 and n should be greater than 1. Number 2, when a is less than 0 and n is even, we can say that the nth root of a raised to the power of a, that is equal to the absolute value of a. And number 3, the quantity of nth root of a raised to the power of n, that is equal to a. 4, the nth root of ab, that is equal to the nth root of a multiplied by the nth root of b. And 5, the nth root of a over b, that is equal to the nth root of a over nth root of b. And number 6 is the mth root of nth root of a, that is equal to mn root of a. So I hope that everybody understand our lesson, because this is very important for the next topic, wherein you are going to simplify expression using these laws of radicals. So thank you, learners, and God bless us all. Stay safe always.